can you really create a song out of just 2 chords and have it still contain suspense, drama, and tension? If so, can it just be any 2 chords? Probably not. That's what we're going to look at in this video with the example of Ceremony by New Order, actually written by Joy Division and released by New Order in 1981, tragically without Ian Curtis. Now, they used 2 chords throughout the entire song. Not just any 2 chords, though, chords with a special relationship. And as you look at music theory, which we're going to start a tiny bit here, what matters about notes and chords when you use them together is actually the distance between them. The distance between those tones is what creates different levels of tension and drama. And so in this piece, we're seeing only F and C used, and yet those are enough. So we're going to look at quite a few things today. An intro to music theory. Why are these 2 chords okay? How are they part of this 1-4-5-1, very common pop and rock progression, common way to lay out your chords in Western music? And why are these 2 chords enough? We'll get a little action on the piano. We'll talk a little bit about the circle of fifths and a little bit more about New Order and Joy Division as well. Thanks for being here. I'm Erin. This is Newish Wave. I'm going to do a bad edit, and you're going to see me at the keys here explaining why these 2 chords have a different impact than just any other 2 random chords. Okay, so here's how Joy Division wrote the intro to this song with 2 chords. You're going to see the F and the C. And then we're going to talk about why those 2. So real quickly, we heard in the beginning, and this was one of my recent Name That tunes. All that happening with just F and C. So what we just heard there was F and C. And that was enough to create a song, actually. They used these 2 the entire time, and that's pretty much it. Now, it would not have worked with, say, G and C. As you start to kind of listen to G and C, you hear that they sound kind of like they're saying similar things, like, yeah, 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 yeah. But F and C, are you sure? Yeah, maybe, yeah. So F and C have a specific tension in their relationship that G and C do not. So let's apply this to this common chord progression you've probably heard of, which is 1, 4, 5, 1. And don't worry, I'm going to explain eventually why we're saying 1, 4, 5, 1. For the moment, though, just know these are the impacts. 1 sounds like home. We call this a tonic chord or a tonic note even. Sounds like we're home at the beginning. Then we go to F. I'm thinking about this. Then we go to G. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Home. Yeah, maybe, probably, yeah. And so by using a G with the C, we would have not created this tension because G and C both sound pretty similar, as if they're both saying kind of the same thing. So at this point, I'd like to introduce a composer's tool, which is the circle of fifths, which is just a way of understanding how notes and chords and sounds relate to one another. Circle of fifths, though, right? Why 5, and what does this have to do with what we were just talking about ceremony? Well, on this chart, if we just look at the inside, you can see I've got this sort of cheater thing that moves. And here, I was playing C and F, and you can see that there's a 4, 1, and a 5. And that kind of relates to what we were just talking about 1, 4, 5, 1 being a common way to write songs. So I can actually move my little cheater thing here any direction and see which 3 chords have that relationship in a given key, which is stuff we're all going to talk about later with different new wave and dark wave songs. For now, though, I want to just mention, hey, it's called the circle of fifths because the different steps are 5 notes apart, basically. So if we go from C to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to start on G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to start on D. I had to make one of them a sharp, and we'll talk about all that later. But by using this, I'm able to see, oh, C and F have a particular relationship that does create tension and question, and that's why people are able to make a song out of only 2 chords. Kind of amazing. So, beautiful song by Joy Division, performed mostly by New Order. Ceremony. Many people feel like it's about love lost, confusion, uncertainty in this world, and again, my favorite intro, "This is why events unnerve me," a wonderful first lyric, right? So that's how they got it done, just using 2 chords by picking the 2 that had that relationship.